This is another episode of Distance from Center.
I'm Trent Finlayson.
I'm John Horton, and we're here to talk a little about water skiing. So first of all, Trent, you're not at home. I can see you there in the monitor. Where are you? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm coaching a group of guys and girls up in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Um, it's a ski slash work slash mountain bike little trip before I fly back home for the South Central Regional Championships.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah. So it's
All
really
right.
it looks I know it looks really organic. I'm sitting here in the kitchen of a judge's tower with a slalom ski beside me because that's where most people keep their slalom skis is in the kitchen of the judge's tower. This place is absolutely incredible. Cool bunch of people. Roger Boskus and his family. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Awesome. I confess I wish I was there. Probably have beautiful blue skies and lots of green.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Well, moving on to the news. Just a week ago today, Regina Jaquess set a pending world slalom record of 4 at 41 off, surpassing her previous record of 3.5. This girl is amazing. Trent, give me your thoughts.
I mean, absolutely incredible. Like it's funny. Like the biggest kind of question for me is like what took so long. And obviously that's in no way a slight, but I just remember back in 2013, she was at this event we hosted with Sunny Berry in Texas, and she ran an unbelievable 3.5 that eventually got knocked back just because the video failed, the in-boat camera failed. But I mean, I've seen her early to four ball, I guess 5 years ago now. So the biggest thing was just, I was surprised it took so long, but not at all surprised that it happened.
Right. And, in light of recent events, let's just say that we have seen the boat video and everything, and there's no reason to think. I mean, I would be shocked if this didn't pass.
No,
Like,
this thing,
squeaky clean,
yeah,
legit, legit, legit. And
it's
truly,
incredible.
if you watch the video, we're going to show it here in a minute, it looks like if she really wasn't worried about getting 4, she could have gotten to 5. So,
Yes, yeah, she will run it.
so she will run it. I hear she runs it in practice. All right, so we're gonna show the video now. Okay, so moving on to the other really hot name in women's skiing today is Manon Custard, who has had kind of an amazing month. She took a gold medal at say it for me, Trent. San
San
Gervasio.
Gervasio.
She won San
Yeah.
Gervasio. She won Funglass Pro Am, and then she went to Canada and won the Canadian Open. So this woman that I think we've all watched in the last 5 or 6 years kind of evolve into a world class skier is now really on that stage. Um,
Yeah. And I mean, obviously everyone knows, but we can just, the precursor to those 3 wins was a win at the
oh,
Masters.
of course, fantastic.
So, yeah. So I mean, she's on an absolute tear, and again, it's on a new ski. Um, so yeah, I mean, she's just taken that step, that I guess that Whitney took whatever back in '09, like from the next hopeful to the current, the now. We'd say like the Masters was obviously a heavy field. Those first couple wins in Europe wasn't heavily stacked, but then she went up to Canada, and that was, she was, while Regina wasn't there, Whitney McClintock absolutely was there. So I mean, she went up there and won with everyone except Regina. So she's
Well,
you know she's really
we're
on it
now
at
in
the
a
moment.
situation where we really do have three women truly battling for first place. Where it's either usually we think of it as Regina or Whitney, or if the two of them are at it, they're head to head. But I think it's so much more interesting with the three of them.
Yeah,
Um, maybe she's not getting down 41 in
yeah,
practice, but on tournament day she is right with those other girls.
yeah. And the cool thing was, that Canada really showed is all those girls were, in the finals. Manon was mid 39, but there was, like Brooke Baldwin into 39. Hannah Ittenbach got second. She was into 39. And then there were some other girls too. Like I think I kind of feel like maybe Jamie Bull put a score into 39 at a pro event. There's like a bunch of up and coming girls too, where yeah, it's exciting. There's another one at the top, but then you go, Bailey Austin and obviously Brooke Baldwin and Jamie Bull. There's all these girls. Like there's just a stack of kids running into 39 all of a sudden. So that's obviously there's still a pretty big gap between 3 at 39 and 4:41, but there's just still like it's an exciting time for
Yeah,
women's slalom. I hope like as there's more events growing in Europe, I hope in the future that they're a little better attendance for some of those
I hope so too.
events.
And I think Matt Reaney would tell us the last thing you want to do is make Whitney McClintock angry, and she's skied strong through the prelims in Canada, and then really out of character had a bad round. So my anticipation is the next tournament she's going to be fierce.
Yeah, I would imagine. I know she loves winning Malibu Open. Um, because it's one of the biggest domestic pro events, and it's also that's kind of known as Regina's tournament,
Right.
as she's the queen of Malibu. So I could see that being a pretty heavy battle. And in keeping with the Canadian Open, on the guy side, it was pretty cool too. Nate, fresh off an injury, was back. He took the win, 3 at 41, and then Will Asher, like just like again, like he's just there every weekend again, and obviously he's been the arguably the best skier in the world for the since the early 2000s. But he's got this bit of a resurgence again where he's not battling for the win. He's been on the podium. I don't know how many events in a row. And then cool, there was a three-way tie for third, which is I wasn't there, so I don't really know how or why it ended up being stuck there. But there was hometown kid, Stephen Neveu, Adam Settlemeyer, and John Travers all tied for third place, also with 2 at 41. So really cool event, with the guys that you want to see win, and then that it's always nice seeing Neveu get back up on the podium. He's after that win in California a couple years ago, his confidence is high, and he's definitely surging, man. It's going to be a fun couple of years of watching him
Right, for
also.
sure. And then men's jump, Ryan Dodd takes the win over Freddie, and then which those guys back and forth, whatever. But really
Yeah,
kind of fun, I think, is third place Taylor Garcia, who's legit up and
yeah,
coming. I mean, the
yeah,
kid's paid his dues. He's worked really hard, but I'm not sure.
yeah.
People outside of the inner circle really know how good he is, and he's showing it now.
Man, yeah, or maybe how hard he works too. I spent better part of a week down at their place this spring, and got to know him a lot better and got to see the way he works, and I was you know I'm going to say shocked, not because I thought he was a slacker or something, but he's a young kid, he's talented, and I didn't know that he was driven to the extent that he is. He's been working a lot with Jay Bennett over the last 12 months, and those guys at Bennett's just say like his work ethic reminds them of a Freddy Krueger, I guess 20 years ago now, right? Like that's where Freddie got his start and where he really cut his teeth with Chris Sullivan and Donnie Covington and Jay Bennett. And now this 20 years later, here's this same kind of fresh face kid who doesn't mind getting down to work, and the results are showing really quickly. So I'm thinking that podium right there is probably going to be a snapshot for the next 2 years you know, until maybe that order is going to be flipped completely
Well, and
backwards.
we asked Freddie about retirement, and he always looks at us like, "What are you talking about? I'm 21." But he can't do it forever.
I just won the Masters. Like, why would I quit?
Exactly. He's
Yeah,
immortal. But
yeah.
even Ryan's not that young. How old's Ryan? Right.
Early 30s. He's pretty young.
But for a jumper,
He'd be like 33, probably 33 years old, 34
so
years old. Yeah,
it's time for the Taylor
yeah.
Garcias
But you're right.
to come
Yeah,
along, right? I mean,
yeah,
those
yeah.
Ryan and Freddie have managed not to have massive injury that's really dogged them endlessly. But I mean, jumping's a tough game, so you never know. All right, well, that's kind of all we have this week. Kind of short and sweet.
Good.
Everybody's heading off to regionals and the nationals the next week or two, and we'll have more news when it comes up.
Yep. We're not too far off of the Malibu Open's going to be coming up pretty quick, and then we'll go on to the California Pro in the coming weeks. I'm sure there'll be a big dog sprinkled in there somewhere.
California Pro Am,
Yep.
and then the week after the ball
Yep.
spray cash prize. Have you bought your ticket? You coming?
There, we got
Come
some
on,
news.
ball spray cash prize. Here's what you do. You come to California, you go to Greg's tournament, the California Pro-Am, you spend 3 days at Greg's tournament, and then you run up like an hour and a half north, you go to wine country, you drink Cabernet Sauvignon for a good week, and then you come back and you ski my tournament. Come on, it's like 10 days of skiing and drinking in California. Everybody, come to Sacramento. Come see us.
That does sound nice. It's awfully tempting. We'll
All
see.
right.
How's that for a on the fence
I'm
kind
not
of commitment?
We'll
We'll see. I remember when my dad used to say "we'll see." I was like, "Oh shit, not a chance."
Right. There's $3,000 for first place. $3,000 for first place? Whatever it is. There's quite a bit of money for first place for you in the head-to-head. Come on, man. Come down here.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll talk about that.
all right. Thank you,
All right.
folks.
All right. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.